Hello, YouTube. This is my first, I guess, video for the new. To be honest, this hasn't really been a platform before this exact channel, but it used to be for like school projects and stuff, so you might find a couple of my videos for French class and stuff, which is whatever. They're kind of cringy anyway. My kind of reason for wanting to make this video is because I think so there's another guy on YouTube, and I think his name is Michael Joseph or something. He's an Australian guy, and I don't know how old he is. If I had to guess, he's like mid-20s or something like that. But anyway, he has like a style that's unedited, and he just kind of sits in front of the camera and talks about what's on his mind lately, and I really like that format. I really like his content as well. You should check him out. I tried looking him up and I couldn't find him by that name, so I'm not really sure if that is his channel name. Anyway, I'm not editing my videos either, so they're going to be very rough, and just I hope that it kind of adds to it. Honestly, I don't really feel like editing them, and I also think that we're lacking a lot of raw content in this world right now. I feel like, but I don't know. You're gonna find out. I'm only human. Some of the things I say are gonna be hypocritical. I hope that I can call myself out for being hypocritical if I am. But so what do I want to talk about today? What's on my mind? Well, there's a few things that I've been thinking about lately that I just thought I'd throw my hat in the ring for, if you wanted to know a layman's opinion. So for context, or just for a little background who I am, I'm in school right now in college for carpentry, and I just started. I'm like 2 weeks in or something. Really enjoying it so far. It's pretty good. But my goal at the end is to work in the trades. They're saying there's work. I hear some people tell me there's no work, or they're not paying very well. I don't know. I don't know what to believe. At this point in life, I am so tired of hearing what people have to say. So there's a hypocritical moment because I'm telling you what I have to say. So who am I to say anything, right? Who's anybody to say anything, honestly? But anyway, I'm in school for carpentry, and yeah, I'm just looking to have a job that I can tolerate. I like building things, and I like the appeal of building a house for somebody or doing renovations for my own place. So that alone is appealing to me, and even if I don't get work at the end of it for whatever reason, if we go to war or whatever, I don't know what's gonna happen anymore. Like, no one does. But I have to stick to blind optimism, blind ambition, because I've been a cynic for so fucking long, and it's not good for you. It's not good for me, I can tell you that. I don't like where my thought train tends to go, so I'm trying to be more positive, but also realistic too. Know what to have, a feeling of what to expect. Go in expecting the worst and won't be disappointed. But if you do that too much, you almost become kind of a cynic too. So I don't know. So this channel, if I keep posting, because I get in the moods and sometimes I don't stick to things that I say I will. I try to, but you never know. Things change. So when I feel like releasing videos, or when I have something to talk about, hopefully some people appreciate the unedited, just raw opinions that I may have, or things that I'm saying or thinking, and I hope it's entertaining, to say the least. But I also hope that there's people out there like me that just enjoy what I have to say, and I hope honestly some people agree with what I have to say. So what's been on my mind lately? One thing is that the Australian gentleman said on his channel, again, I think it's Michael Joseph, I'm pretty sure that's the name, but when I type him up, it brings up other people. Anyway, he mentioned that's not fun to go out anymore, and I agree. I do agree. Things are overpriced. I agree with him on that 100%. I am not going to pay $8 for one bottle of beer. Like, that's crazy. That is, to me, I can't justify. I can't have fun drinking. Every drink that I have, and then I weigh the buzz, and I just think, I'm like, wow, that's $8. $8 right there. That's dinner almost. If you make a casserole, each dinner that you get out of that casserole is probably less than $8. And that's one other thing that I'd love to share on this platform is my love for food. But anyway, like, I can't justify that. I 100% agree with what he has to say on that. That is that's a huge thing. But the other thing that I noticed too is like just social media in general lately, and maybe I'm a cringy, I stay at home. Sure, I stay at home, play games, I'm playing I'm playing Resident Evil 2, the remake. I've never played the Resident Evil series. Really enjoying it, scaring the shit out of me, so I really like that. That's perfect. That's what I'm looking for, especially Halloween's coming up, so October I gotta get into something scary for that, for sure. But I've just noticed with social media, like, everybody's like always trying to one up everybody else. It's like a competition. If it's not a competition to see how rich somebody is or how many things they have, it's how stupid they are. Honestly, I'm sorry, that's what I see. That's what I see dominating the social media place. And I just think it's so silly. Like, when I was a kid, it seemed like, and I know that everybody probably feels this way, but when I was a kid, I looked up at adults as a sense of security. There were occasional weirdos, and you could tell people didn't like them and stuff, so you stay away from those people. But I feel like it's just there's just a much larger ratio of like idiots, man. And like, if you take offense to that, and I'm not an idiot, well, I think I'm an idiot sometimes, like, I think I'm dumb as fuck. Like, I don't know shit. Like, I'm good at math and shit like that, but I still don't know fucking nothing. Like, what's that quote? The smartest people realize they don't know anything or something. And I'm not calling myself smart. I'm just saying, like, just take a step back for a second and ask yourself, like, is this good for kids? Like, I'm walking around, like, I live up north in like a city, and like, I'm from Canada, but like, I just, like, the drug crisis, for example, is just, I can't imagine being a kid now and like walking around. Not only is there no other kids outside that want to do anything, there's a few kids out biking and stuff, and that's great. Like, I wish I got out still and got outside more often, but I just don't. Like, it's the money thing. I'm not driving somewhere for the chance to have a good time. I really hate bugs. I hate mosquitoes, and luckily we're getting into the cooler season, so they're going to be going away. But I have my own quirks. But like, I just think that like kids going out and seeing these people on drugs, if anything, I hope that it scares them out of doing drugs. I would say, if anything, seeing them out on the streets, nodding out or whatever, passing out and hunched over, fucking, I hope it scares them out of doing that. Dare scared me when I was a kid, and, I smoke weed and drink too, sure, but like, I'm trying to cut back on a lot of that stuff, because I do realize that there are definitely for myself, there's definitely negative things that come with that, especially drinking, but weed for psychological reasons. And just, I might get into that a little more in another video or something in the future. But I just think that like, kids seeing people running around like a bunch of animals is not good. When we all sit here, don't you think it's weird that like it just seems like as a collective society, we're not, it almost doesn't feel like we're thinking optimistically anymore. And again, I'm a cynic. I've lost so much hope, I guess. I don't know. So much, optimism. I've lost a lot of optimism for the future. But like I said, I'm in school and I'm trying to just be blindly optimistic, blind ambition, whatever the saying is, because why not? You know, what's the alternative? I sit here and I mope around the whole time? Am I going to spend 80 years doing that? Or am I going to spend my life doing that until we're fucking bombed or nuked or whatever World War III brings, if it even is one? There's a lot of fear. The debates, political debates, seem like a fucking joke. These are our leaders. They're elderly, man. Like, I don't want to get too political on this channel, but I just think that the idols that we've chosen are very not ideal. They're just not ideal. We need some capable people who are positive and who can get along with others. Don't tell me about teamwork when all the authority is arguing with each other. Are you kidding me? What a joke. Like, I don't know. I'm a pretty cynical person, but my roommates might hear me talking and they might think I'm crazy. I think I just heard someone get home now, but that's okay, whatever. I just think that there's a lot of nonsense, and people will tell you, well, that's the world, get used to it, that's the world. Why, though? Are we just gonna sit here and just accept that this is the world? Okay, this is the world, this is how we're gonna do things here on out? Or are we, like, is there a way to just actually try and be more of a society or something? Maybe I'm depressed. Maybe me being inside all the time is maybe it's just taken its toll, and this is just a completely warped perspective on reality. But I don't know, because when I go out and I see even groups of friends hanging out, it just seems like it just doesn't seem as authentic in a lot of situations where, like, I consider my friend group to be very authentic. Maybe I'm just misreading things. That could very well be it, right? Like I said, I'm just, it's raw, it's unedited, so suck it up. This is what you're gonna get. So yeah, I just think that it's very important to choose your friends and your idols, because there's a saying that you are the sum of the 5 people that you hang out with most. So if you look at your friends, are they living a life that you look up to or that you want to bring into your life? And think about your future. God knows I've made mistakes in my life that I regret to this day. And they happened, I made a pretty bad decision about 1.5 years ago, and it still affects me day to day. I might talk about it at some point, just not in this video, not in the introduction. But I've made decisions that I think about every day. So ask yourself, you know, are your friends doing things that you want to bring into your life? Like, do you really want, think about who you, picture yourself 30 years down the line talking to you now. Is he or she looking through that portal, and like, what kind of advice are they giving you? Like, think about, try to plan ahead a little bit. That's what I try to tell myself, and I still make bad decisions. Like, I'm only human, I guess, but man, like, I just don't think that, I don't know if people recognize authenticity, or when they do, it's such an anomaly that it's amazing, you know, which is sad. I wish people would be more authentic. That's something I've noticed out. I've been out to the club fairly recently, and I went with a good group of friends and everything, like people that I do enjoy, like I like them for who they are, and I still didn't have a great time, you know. I had a couple drinks thinking about how much money I just spent on a little bottle of beer, and I was really just thinking about where I want to go. Like, not where do I want to travel, I just mean like what kind of life do I want to have in the future. You know, I hope that if there's, like, I'm 24, almost 25. In October I'll be 25. But I just hope that, like, younger generations don't get totally lost in the nonsense, like in the complacency and the, like, I think, for example, like, I'm not a fan of TikTok. And my buddies have told me, well, you just gotta watch the right stuff, right? And it's like, it's not really about the content. It is about the content, and I understand that there's people that actually make high quality stuff on that platform. I get that. My concern with it is more to do with human nature, or human behavior rather, and attention span. Because even in college, again, I waited. I haven't done any post-secondary school until now. I'm 24. I got out of high school at, like, what, 18? Something like that. Grade 12, finished grade 12, 18, 17. Anyway, I went out west for about a year, and then I just worked some blue-collar jobs, salesman, and warehouse work, that sort of thing. And here I am, just trying to make something of myself. And I just, if anything, me talking to this device and sending my message out there is, or what I have to say, like, if anything, I hope it serves as some kind of inspiration. Just pick yourself up, you know, stop playing the victim game, you know, like, God knows I've wanted to do that, but it's not in my nature. It doesn't feel good, and I know it's not going to feel good as time goes on. It's not a compounding, it's like a compounding disinterest or something, compounding misery, I guess you could call it. But I don't want this video to run on too long, because I think 20 minutes is pretty digestible. But with TikTok though, if they don't have your intention, if they don't, it seems a lot of people, if whatever they're watching or interacting with doesn't get their attention within a very short time span, upon you click on a video, if it's not over edited or really somebody doing something really, really dumb, just being an absolute idiot, it just doesn't get any attention from them, right? Like, they just scroll, like, not interesting. That's funny. Scroll. That switching of subjects and content, it just, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a behavioral scientist or whatever. I don't study human nature or anything. I'm just, again, I'm a working man. I don't have any education to back up my opinions half the time, which, if you're still watching, that's exactly what you can expect more of. So don't complain to me when you're like, oh, that wasn't accurate. I will tell you, I don't have any education. But I don't think that stuff like that can be good for people. There's a lot of great movies. I feel like a lot of younger generations are just gonna look at it and be like, that's old. That's old, it's not good. It's not new, it's not current, so why should I care? But I think, as one of my final thoughts for this video, I think that, like, there's a reason that, like, classics are so good. Like Sopranos, for example. If you want a TV show that, it took me by surprise, because I didn't really realize the masterpiece that I was watching until, like, 5 seasons in. But I watched it with a friend who was absolutely, like, die-hard Sopranos, and I tried it once, and see, I'm a hypocrite, because I tried it once and I got a few episodes in and went, it's not really for me. But then we started watching it at the store that I was a salesman for, because we were so dead that we just threw it on. We were like, fuck this. So we just watched Sopranos, and by season 5, I don't know if it should have happened. It should have happened sooner. I should have realized what I was watching sooner. But the acting in that show, for example, is so real. It's not even like a TV show. It is, but it's like, it's not. It's like you're looking through a window into, like, this person's house, almost, like, into this whole dynamic, family dynamic, like, it's the mob, right? It's the mafia, New York. And and Jersey, or New Jersey or something. Oh man, I should know that. Anyway, it's like, it's so believable, right? And it's just such a detail, like there's so many little nuances and stuff that just, I feel like a lot of modern generations, there's going to be a few for sure that really enjoy good cinema and good production, good story and all that, and that's great. I encourage, like, I hope they just, I'm glad that they understand what is a masterpiece, you know. And again, it's personal opinion, so you might watch it and think something else than what I think, which is fine. But I just think a lot of good movies, because of their pacing being so much slower than TikTok's pacing, just in general, like the scrolling and seeing things and whatever, right? The time frame that you're embedded in for that, just, it's instant, right? So I feel like a lot of these kind of slow burn that really pay off, they're really rewarding. A lot of these slow burn things are just gonna be completely missed by younger generations, and that just makes me fucking sad, man, because I've recommended movies to people and they're like, oh yeah, that sounds like a good movie. I'm like, no, I'm telling you, this is a great movie. I might have to make a video on like movie recommendations, and everyone's like, oh, I know the best movies, and so, you know, if you're interested, I guess you could watch it, but if not, then don't watch it. I don't care. But yeah, I just a couple thoughts I've had recently, but I think I'll leave it at that for this video. And basically, this space is going to be more of this kind of stuff, just like the Australian guys. I like it. It's the raw, unedited, it's just me talking in front of the camera, just like he does. And I'm not trying to copy what he's doing. I just think that we need more of that. It's not edited, all the crap, you know. It's not perfect. I've got my flaws. Like, I'm okay if my videos show that, bring it back to the way it like kind of used to be, a little more, you know, a little more real, like, or something, you know. Maybe no one will see this. In that case, it's a time capsule from 2024. One man in his in his room. Okay, all right, I think I'm gonna leave it there. Cheers, guys.